Baba.
Stand up for a moment. Yeah, just stand up.
Baba, paşa.
This gentleman is in the story, and his son wrote this piece, and his daughter is somewhere in the
Yeah.
over there. So the reason I say this is that most of these readings are very distant, but this reading is from our own family and friends, our own community.
Baba. Baba. Before I read the story, I'll just do a little quote from the Buddha. In this world, hate never dispelled hate. Only love dispels hate. This is the law, ancient and inexhaustible. So this is a true story. And this dear friend of mine is in the story. His son wrote it. Early on Christmas Day of 1983, amidst the widespread persecution of the Baha'i community of Iran, the Baha'is of a small town in the Kerman province were also targeted. Bearded, intimidating, revolutionary guards in their four-wheel drives went around the town at 3 a.m, knocking hard on the doors and dragging people out of their beds in the bitter cold morning, and took them to their headquarters for questioning. They came to our home too, with our guns pointed at our family as if they were hardy criminals. My father and I, 16 at the time, experienced solitary confinement for a few days before we were released. The guards were local kids brainwashed to join the guards or lured by the promise of power and money. One of them was called Gassem. He was especially full of hatred. He was angry with the Baha'is and considered them subhuman. The Baha'is were kept in solitary confinement in the headquarters of the Revolutionary Guards. The irony was that the compound was a confiscated property which used to belong to a prominent Baha'i. The prisoners had been there before many times for the celebration of Baha'i holidays and other events. Ghassemi considered the Baha'i infidels unclean and untouchable. When he had to take them from place to place, he would take the end of a pen and get the prisoners to take the other end to avoid touching. The food was kicked under the door. No blankets or change of clothes were given. Interrogations were long and hard and mostly conducted whilst blindfolded. 7 Baha'is were then given prison terms of 1 to 2 years and taken to another place in the same compound. They spent this time together, and Ghassemi remained their prison guard. During the next few months, he got to know his prisoners. They had a sense of humour, and they were kind to him. There was no hatred. Even to this day, when they relate these stories, it is mixed with humour. Ghassemi changed. He became an ardent friend of the Baha'is, and he remains so to this day. When he was deployed to the front line of the Iran-Iraq War, he hugged each and every one of those untouchable Baha'is, cried on their shoulders,